What if the one thing that could change your entire life was not a book, not a course, not money, not even advice? What if it was just one question, a single question, asked by an old man you had never met before, on a road you almost didn't walk down, at a moment when you had already decided to give up? This is the story of a young man named Rayan, and the question that broke him open. Stay with me. Rayan was 23 years old, and he was tired. Not physically tired, something deeper than that. The kind of tired that sleep cannot fix. The kind of tired that comes from trying and trying and trying and watching nothing change. He had grown up in a small town, simple family, simple home. His father was a tailor. His mother cooked and kept the house. They were not rich, but they believed in Rayan completely. "You are going to do something great," his mother used to say. And for a long time, Rayan believed her. He studied hard in school. He was not the smartest in his class, but he was one of the most hard-working. He would stay up late finishing work. He would walk to the library when others rested. He cared. He genuinely cared. And then he grew up, and the real world arrived. 3 years after finishing his studies, Rayan had tried to build a small business. It collapsed in 8 months. He had applied for 43 jobs. He had gotten 3 interviews, 0 offers. He had borrowed money from his uncle to try one more idea. That idea also failed. He was 23 years old, with no income, no clear direction, a family that still believed in him, and a heart that was beginning to stop believing in itself. Every morning he woke up with the same thought: what is wrong with me? Not the world, not the circumstances,
No
not
way!
the economy.
This
Me.
can't be happening!
What is wrong with me? He had watched friends move forward, get jobs, start things, build lives, and every time he saw their progress, he smiled on the outside, and something crumbled quietly on the inside. One evening, after receiving another rejection message on his phone, Rayan did something he had never done before. He left the house without telling anyone where he was going. He just walked. No destination, no phone in his hand, just walking. Through the lanes of his town, past the market, past the school he had attended as a child, past the river that ran along the edge of the town, and eventually he found himself on an old road, a road that led nowhere in particular. And he sat down on a stone at the side of that road, and for the first time in a long time, he didn't think, he didn't plan, he didn't worry. He just sat and breathed and let the silence hold him. He had been sitting there for almost an hour
We have to be careful
when he heard
now.
footsteps.
The night is coming,
slow,
and they could be close.
steady,
Do you understand?
unhurried. He looked up. An old man was walking down the road toward him. Very old, maybe 75, maybe
I
older.
have to keep going,
Long
no
white
matter
beard,
what.
simple
This road
white
is all I
kirtle,
have left.
slightly worn at the edges, a wooden walking stick, and eyes. Calm, clear, unhurried eyes. The kind of eyes that have seen enough of life to no longer be afraid of it. The old man reached the
In the
stone where
silence of
Rayan
the
was
stars,
sitting.
wisdom
He stopped.
unfolds.
He
Its
looked
light
at
guides us
Rayan
through the
quietly for a
darkness.
moment, and without
Have you
being
ever seen the
invited,
stars up
he
close,
sat
Rayan?
down on the stone
No,
beside
but I
him.
feel like I
Not
could.
close enough to feel intrusive, just present. They sat in silence for a while. The evening light was fading, the sky turning from orange to a deep, soft purple, crickets beginning their quiet song in the fields beside the road. Rayan didn't ask who the old man was. The old man didn't offer. They just sat, 2 strangers, on a road that led nowhere, at the end of a day that had felt like the end of something much bigger. Then Rayan, without really planning to, without knowing why, started talking. He told the old man everything. The business that failed, the 43 job applications, the borrowed money, the friends moving forward, the mother who still believed, the heart that was giving up. He didn't look at the old man while he spoke. He just looked at the road ahead, and the words came out. All of them. The ones he hadn't said to anyone, the ones he had been carrying alone. When he finished, silence returned. The old man said nothing for a long time. He just looked at the road ahead, too, and Rayan waited for what he expected,